Oh, sorry. Just looking at on my iPad, looking at some nature films here. Sorry, put that down. And welcome to Trepacer's Saturday Horror Reviews. Not Saturday Horror. I'm sorry, Trepacer's Saturday Reviews. Okay, I went as promised in my vlog that I I did this morning and uploaded. I said I was going to see two movies: The Duff and Hot Tub Time Machine 2, and I did see them. So I'm going to talk about The Duff first. I saw that first. Okay, here's The Duff. We'll take for that. There you go, The Duff. So at 10:30 a.m. Oops, excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyway, I saw that this morning, and The Duff stars Mae Whitman, Robbie Amell, and Bella Thorne, and it's basically the story of this, teenage senior, uh, played by Mae Whitman. She plays Bianca. Okay, and she goes to high school, and she's into, I think he writes for the school paper and stuff, and she's looking forward to graduating and all that stuff. And she has two incredibly hot friends, uh, Casey and Jess, and they hang out together. Okay, and it's pretty apparent at the beginning as she's telling this, because she's narrating the story, that she doesn't know. She hangs out with these two, with her two best friends, which to her are just her best friends, okay, who are absolutely gorgeous. Every boy, at least in the school, knows that that her two friends are incredibly hot, and Bianca, the two is attractive as well. But and she also has a sort of a, I guess you would call her a rival. Not a really rival. I guess the queen bee of the school was Madison, played by Bella Thorne. The real, the typical high school girl who's mean girl who's who's real pretty and snobby and has all these parties and stuff, and she goes out of her way to be particularly nasty to Bianca. Okay, and Bianca also has a neighbor, Wesley. He's the typical jock type guy who's captain of the football team and all that stuff. And meanwhile, he mentions casually one day when and he lives next door to Bianca. He casually mentions that she's a Duff. At a party, he mentioned that she's a Duff, and she doesn't understand what does a Duff mean. And he just casually explains it. It's a designated ugly fat friend. He and explains to her how usually really incredibly hot girls have usually a fat or less attractive friend with them. That's easy to approach. I'm sorry, it's snowing in New York, so that's where you get the little, I guess, the clean up the streets. But anyway, he explains how all different type of high school cliques has a Duff in their cliques. A friend that's approachable, that's less attractive than the incredibly hot friend that's approachable and that people they hang out with to make themselves look better. Okay, and of course she's horrified by this, and she doesn't. Of course, she never thought about that, and then she sort of starts looking at it, and then she sort of realizes, oh my God, I am a Duff. And of course, she goes about, she kind of gets mad at her friends and sort of, kind of cuts off their friendship. When she realizes that, when she thinks that her friends, were only her friends because of that reason. And she actually makes a bet because at the same time, this dude Robbie, who sort of, I guess he's her, they used to hang out when they were younger, and he lives next door to her, and they kind of, they have this kind of back and forth thing that they snark at each other, and he's confident and everything, but he's also failing at science. So she comes up with an idea. She said, "Listen, you help me shed this Duff label, and I'll help you pass science so you can graduate, and play on a football team." Okay, so they kind of make a deal, and he goes about, transforming Bianca into more than just a Duff. Now, this movie I really, really enjoyed a lot, and that's mainly because of the chemistry. It's very well written, and the chemistry between Mae Whitman's Bianca character and Robbie Amell's Wesley character. They snipe at each other back and forth, and they have really good chemistry, and they really good comic timing as well. and you see some of it in the trailer that you see for this movie, but also in the movie itself, they have really good back and forth chemistry. Okay, good, chemistry. It's not acting chemistry on the screen, and they really, anytime they're in the scene together, it's just magic to me. Okay, and also you got at the same time you have Bella Thorne, who plays Madison, the real queen bitch, or queen bee of the school, who's kind of on and off again with Wesley's Robbie Amell's character. At the same time she's filming everything and supposed to be trying to be a reality star, and she of course is always sniping at Bianca. But this movie is really, again, about high school and cliques and perceptions, and it's really very well done, very well written, very well directed, and very well acted. I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I was going to. Okay, and I wanted to see it mostly because, like I said, I started starting to see in the trailers when I was watching The Flash and Arrow, and it really made me want to see this movie, and I really wasn't disappointed at all. I thought it was very well done and very well, from start to finish. And Allison Janney plays Bianca's mother, and she's really good as well. And I even like the two actresses. Their part is not as big as I thought. It's kind of small. The two best friends, hot best friends, but they're good in their limited screen time. But I really enjoyed this movie, and it's just very well done. And also, what's this guy's name? Ken Jeong, who plays Mr. Arthur, who's Bianca's language teacher, and I think he runs the school paper, and he gives Bianca an assignment to write about high school, what high school prom means to her. And it's a really well done movie, and I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. It really spoke to me, and like I said, Mae Whitman has great screen presence, and her and Robbie Amell together were just gold to me on screen. I really, really enjoyed it, and I can't recommend it highly enough. So definitely go see The Duff. It's totally worth seeing, and one of the best teen comedies, teen dramas out there. Definitely worth seeing. Now, the second movie that I saw was The Hot Tub Time Machine Part 2. Now, everybody knows from the, I guess you can see from the trailer, that there wasn't, John, from the first movie, John Cusack was in the movie. It's about the four friends that go back in time. They discover the hot tub time machine and go back in time to try to change events, and they do change events, and they become very successful means of success. Now this movie picks up again right after that movie ended, and now first let's get this out of the way. John Cusack is not in this movie, okay? And they kind of explain it away in the beginning of the movie why he's not in the movie. And they put Adam Scott, I guess, would just be the fourth guy in the movie. And basically the plot of the movie, such as it is they, like you see in the trailer, they have to find out, they get back in the tub, after Lou gets shot, they go back in the hot tub time machine to basically find out who is actually, they don't know who attempted to kill him. So they go back in the time machine, hot tub time machine, to try to find out who wanted to kill him. And let me just say, this movie is not as good as the first one at all. In fact, this movie was very, very rough to watch. I mean, there's moments in it that are funny, but overall, this movie is a disappointment. And let me count the ways. First of all, Adam Scott, just no. Not that John Cusack was irreplaceable, but I just, no. His character just totally didn't work for me. I'm sorry. Adam Scott's a good actor too. He just didn't fit in this movie, to me at least. And the second thing is a lot of the jokes, I guess the thrust of the plot, which is to try to find out who shot Lou, kind of gets sidetracked with them going to parties and different. And a lot of not funny scenes. I'm sorry, or scenes that just fell flat to me. This movie just is like, the first one would be here to me, and then this movie would be about that level. Like, it definitely decreased, even though they said, it's the guy who wrote and directed the first movie does this movie. It's just not the same. I'm sorry, the quality of the jokes and the humor in this is just not funny. I'm sorry. And there was just, like I said, only a few moments where I genuinely laughed in it, and the other times I was kind of scratching my head, just saying, "Ooh, geez, this is going on way too long," and This is just not funny. And without spoiling things too much, there's just certain segments in this movie that just aren't funny, and just go on way too long. And just this movie is just not. And I thought, maybe without John Cusack in it, because he mostly played the straight guy in that movie, and it left the comedic bits to the guy who played Lou, Rob Corddry, and Craig Robinson, and even Clark Duke to an extent. Played had the more of the comic lines, and Rob Lowe was more, not Rob Lowe. John Cusack had the more of the straight part in the first movie, and in this movie, I guess Adam Scott is supposed to be the replacement, but it's just a real stretch, his part into the movie. But it's just, I don't know, just his part isn't. It just wasn't funny enough to me. Okay, it just wasn't funny as the first movie to me. Okay, it's just like some of the jokes just way too long, and the segment with the game show was just painful to watch. Okay, just very painful. Without spoiling, it was just very painful to watch. Okay, and just the best part of this movie to me, I'm trying to think. Even Craig Robinson, who I think probably is the best, and Rob Corddry, who definitely is not afraid to go all out for a joke and stuff, and he gives it his all. I think it's just the script was weak. That's what I think the main issue with this movie is, just a weak script, and not funny. Funny as the first one, and only funny in certain spots. I can count on my hand the number of times I really genuinely laughed in the movie. But it's just really really painfully unfunny in spots, and Adam Scott just wasn't a good fit for me in the movie. This wasn't, and I think the best part of the movie actually is the after credits part, and then the other part I think would be funny would be the part that you see in the trailer where they start singing the song that you're a nerd. Where they make fun of the Clark Duke, and saying he's a nerd. I think that part is funny, but I'm gonna have to give this movie Hot Tub Time Machine. The first one I would give it probably like a 7.5. I found that movie generally funny and touching in spots, but this movie I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Just not as good as the first one, and I would tell you to wait till it comes on Netflix if you want to watch it. If you want to get a watch, I mean, like I said, I want to see it because I saw the first movie and I really liked the first movie. I thought the first movie was funny as hell. And this movie, not so much. Okay, it's a real step below the first one, and it's not because John Cusack wasn't in it. It's just the script was not funny at all. Okay, or not as good as the first one. Okay, wasn't as many laugh out loud moments. So I'm gonna give Hot Tub Time Machine, like I said, a 5 out of 10. Okay, wait till Netflix to watch it. If you want to watch it on Netflix, just to see, just wait. You save your money. This movie, I got a feel it's going to be on Netflix in another 2 months anyway. Okay, and I know it didn't cost that much to make, so it might probably make more, eventually. But just if they're going to do a third part, even though I'm giving this a 5, if they were to do a third part, I would watch it. Hopefully, that would be better written than this one, and hopefully, they can get John Cusack. Even though I didn't mind John Cusack not being in it, yeah, throw him back in there. Throw him back in the movie just to see. You can even bring Adam Scott back. Maybe it'll make more sense if you understand what his part is in this movie, to have them both together in the movie. And I thought for a minute, okay, so this is a spoiler for those who well, no, I'm not gonna spoil it. Okay, 5 out of 10. Okay, the Duff, an 8 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed it. Really good, one of the good teen high school comedies. Okay, and I really enjoyed it, and that's mainly because Mae Whitman and Robbie Amell and their chemistry together, and very well written script as well. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of these 2 movies. If you've seen them, tell me what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And I'm gonna. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care. And I'm gonna go back to looking at my nature special. Okay. Take care. Oh, sorry.